All right, day one. It's January 1st, 2020, and I have made a resolution to film myself more, I guess, or to add something to what's going on out there in the world. Um, I guess for me, the main thing is that I just want to be honest. I want I want people to be able to see that pastors deal with stuff that we don't just come up with things that we say on Sundays and we don't have to wrestle with anything. We don't deal with anything. We don't struggle with anything or whatever that might be. Um, we deal with a lot and we process things differently. Yes, because we're pastors and we're supposed to, but really in the same ways. So I think I'm just gonna call this the honest pastor, right? And just be honest with you guys. So step one is that honestly, I have a really hard time with New Year's resolutions. I think last year I actually decided I would make a New Year's resolution for a season, and then maybe for the next season I'd have another, and the next season I'd have another. But that didn't really work. I don't focus well. I start new things, but I don't see them through. That's just who I am. That's how I'm wired. And I'm really excited about starting new things. And I'm really excited about seeing what they could do or what they could be, but I need to stick with them. So I'm doing this, and who knows if I'll actually continue. Let's just being honest. I'd really like to say this is gonna last all year, but I can't guarantee that, knowing my personality and who I am, though I want it to. And I think for me, I have a hard time with resolutions because one, I experienced this in the past couple of days. So I'm going to do no sweets for a month, just in January 2020. That meant the past 2 or 3 days, I ate terribly. Like, I ate so much fudge, you wouldn't believe. And what that does is that creates this void of wanting to indulge and living like hell until it's time to lean in. And that's what we do on January 1st. And then, like, I'm not even going to go to the gym for the next few days, at least, because, there's going to be tons of people. I need to wait until it calms down again. But I am compelled by the idea that this is a new decade. I was reflecting on that. 10 years ago, I was in my second year at school. I was actually in Turkey. I lived overseas for a year. And I was in Turkey, and I was a child. Like, I was such a kid. I can't believe it. I can't believe that was only 10 years ago. And in that time, I graduated from college. I got my bachelor's degree. I got a master's degree. I started dating Katie. Then I married Katie. Then we had our first kid this last year. I discovered I have anxiety. I went through a depression. I went through ups and downs of relationships. Friends came into my life. Friends went out of my life. And so much happened, and I am not the person I was 10 years ago. And I'm about to turn 30 this year in 2020, and thinking I'm going to be 40, and why it's going to be 10, and in 10 years, the end of this decade, I don't want to waste it. There was even an ad that was playing. I was watching a video, and an ad played. I wasn't paying attention, but at the end of it, I heard it was for GoDaddy, and I heard something like, I don't know what the exact number is, but it said, of the 4,518 minutes I'm going to spend on screens this year, I'm going to make the most of it. Right? It was just this really compelling statement that we're going to spend a lot of time on screens, or we're going to spend a lot of time doing stuff. Like, this year, we're going to get to December. It's like December, right at December 26th, right? Right after Christmas. It's like that dead zone where you don't know what day it is. You don't know what time it is. You don't know when you last ate, but it was probably 2 hours ago, but you're going to eat again, right? And all bets are off. And you are sitting there, and the new year is coming, and you look back and you realize that maybe you started your year with a focus, but you really ended up somewhere else. And for me, I just want to be able to set a focus for this year, move forward, and at the end of the year, man, I hope that I can look back and say I stuck to something, right? Or that at least my intention now on January 1st set me in a good trajectory, right? Because for me, I can be prone towards laziness. I can sit back on my heels and not do anything or check out or whatever. And I don't have the time for that. You and I don't have enough time on this earth to waste any of it. And so New Year's resolutions are really hard for me, but I would really like to see myself pull through on intentionality, focus, living a life that mattered this year. I think that's kind of my first thought coming into this new year, and we'll see what happens.